from somewhere in the 90s.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to a very unusual Wednesday morning, afternoon. Because there's a lot of moving parts today. It's like all the planets. It's like 9 moving parts in here. I got the comedy club over here.
The planets are wreaking havoc on me as an Aries.
You are just completely...
Everything is supposed to be in Aries, and it's really just wreaking havoc. So if you're a fellow Aries and you're feeling what I'm feeling, you've got some camaraderie going on, because it's just a mess. It's just, it's like all these people talking in your head, and they're pulling and they're pushing and they're pulling and they're pulling and they're taking and all of that stuff. And no, it's nobody. It's just the planetary energy living with
the funny
inside
thing
of
is
me.
that everything that was bothering this morning was cleaned
Got resolved.
Resolved with the and that's it. So it's not about
Planetary energy. I'm telling you.
You act like them.
What is wrong with them?
They drown in a thimble of water.
No one's drowning.
Drowning.
Everyone's kind of tired.
I said,
think.
"No, come on to land. Come to land." One
be a
phone
life
call,
preserver.
one look, one this. I had one conversation with Heather, half of it was fixed. Had another conversation with Gata, all of it was fixed. Brooklyn on the board, all cleaned up.
All cleaned up.
Sophia moving things around. She even told Gata to get the hell out the way.
You got Max here. We got Dana here. Dana's very quiet today.
No, she's not quiet. I hit her with a 2x4 today.
You did? About destiny?
I hit her with something. I will talk about it.
We're going to talk
later.
about
We're
that?
gonna get there. We're going to get there. But I want to introduce the 3 wise women.
Do you even know their names?
I have no idea. I got Cinderella, I got Candy, and I got Silk over there. And the 3 of them came up with a show. Hey, listen, it works. Don't push it if it works. If it didn't work, boom. Candy likes her nickname. I heard that she was telling her boyfriend on the phone, yes, they call me Candy.
What? And now Alfonso was trying to make a comic strip about you as what type of candy are you? It was like your head, a Sour Patch Kid, in your body, a gummy, and your leg, something else.
That wasn't my idea.
What type of candy are you is what he's trying to put together. Look at her face. Yeah. I know. What can I say?
But she likes it. She works the piece.
Yeah.
But the 3 of them had decided together to put a podcast together, a show. A production. It's not only a podcast, it's a video cast, so it's a production. Who wants to tell me the name of this show? I know it ain't gonna be Silk, because she always never talks. She's like mumbles.
It's Silk. Raina, all right, tell us what the podcast is.
Oh.
The Social Circle?
The Social Circle? Yeah. Who came up with that name?
Well, all of us kind of chose it.
Was there
Ashley and me and Patricia all agreed.
But what, does it have a meaning?
Oh, is Patricia part of it?
The Social Circle. That's just, it means, it's catchy.
I mean, the name doesn't really have a meaning, but because our podcast is kind of just about, like, our lives as college students and with our internship and, like, our experiences, and it's just a small circle, and it's kind of like it's a small social gathering every time.
Oh, very cool. That's what you guys do? You have a small social gathering?
Yeah.
Do you guys talk to one another outside of here? Mm-hmm. You do?
Not really.
Well, yes, we do.
We texted this morning. That's the most we've talked. We texted this
sometimes.
That's because they're not talking to you.
Well, no.
Whoa. Watch out now.
Ella this morning, Ella was following Patricia. She was following Patricia around the street. Yes, you were. She's like, is that you walking on the sidewalk right now?
You were following her on the street?
Yeah, I think
I
I saw her.
What are you,
I
stalking?
saw
She's like, are you walking on the side of the road right now? We all saw
What
that.
are you talking
Did
about?
any of you ladies know each other before you were here?
I knew
No.
Patricia.
You knew Patricia.
Well, I didn't know her. We hung out like once.
All right,
Like,
so what brings you together? What common thread brings you together to work together?
we're college-age girls.
Is that what it
I
is?
feel like it's, yeah, like our life experiences are somewhat similar because we're both in college and around the same age, and also our humor. I feel like we just get along well.
All of you on the same page with sense of humor. Even Patricia
I
has
think
a sense
so.
of humor. Patricia's,
I would say so.
Patricia's
Slightly.
freaking hilarious. She's hilarious. When she
I
gets
think-
going, forget about it.
I think she knows more of my references than they do. They look at me like they're confused.
Well, we're all confused when we
Yes,
look.
you both look so confused.
And when we look at you, we're very confused. All
So
of
being
us,
here has been
everybody.
positive for,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
say 3, 4 of you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And you've been all here for a while. Patricia's the newbie. You're kind of new. You've been here a
Candy's
lot,
been
though.
here the longest. And you've blossomed. You've changed. I don't know if you know
Thank
that.
you.
What's your success story of being here?
My success story?
No,
I
that's
mean,
a
I
lot
don't
of
really
questions.
know. I feel like I've definitely gotten out of my shell a little bit more slowly. I feel like that would be my biggest success.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Good. I mean, it's like I don't like being social, but I'll do it. But when I do it, I feel better about myself. If that makes sense.
It's so funny because when you're social and you're laughing, I watch from a distance, I say, wow, look at her. This has been a week of surprises, which is refreshing. Not Cinderella, because she's social no matter what.
I'm actually like not
Yeah,
like
you are.
outside of like class and
What are you
And
talking
here's
about?
this.
You and me, we have like gags all over the place going on.
no, I'm saying, but like if I meet like other people, I'm like shy and I don't like speaking to them.
Shy.
Really?
Ain't nothing shy about you.
Yes, there
And of course, Silk is Silk, I gotta admit, is the shyest one because she's not only shy, she's stubborn.
I don't think she's shy. I think she's reserved.
No, she's stubborn.
I'm not shy.
She refuses
No, yeah, I agree with
to
Dawn.
be. What?
I agree with Dawn.
I
I feel like she's an
I agree. I don't
extrovert.
think
She
she'll-
just
she'll
doesn't.
talk.
She's
very
an
reserved.
extrovert?
Yeah,
I
she's
like
just
to talk.
she keeps
I
it to
just don't
herself.
talk to.
She needs to talk to the correct people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk unless I want to. Like you can't make me speak. Like.
You see, that's the thing right there. I don't want to. I can't. I'm rebellious.
that?
Stomp my
The
foot.
thing is, I'm
Let me put my.
Sassiness.
Why don't you take off your shoe and bang it against the
Shy
table
makes it
like
seem
Putin
like
did?
it's like out of my control. It's a choice. I don't want to. Like
Everything is in your control.
I'm not shy though.
Oh no?
No, I'm just
Okay.
like
She's just choosing on who she
I
wants
just
to talk
don't
to.
like it. Just I don't want like I can talk like whenever like with my friends I speak, but like in class, for example, I don't talk in class.
Do you ever raise your hand or answer a question in class?
If it gets me extra credit points, yeah.
Oh, so if they bribe you,
I
you're
only
in.
speak for extra credit because some classes, if you don't speak, you start at a C, and if you talk, the higher grade goes. That's the only time I talk.
Do you ladies get embarrassed because you know the material and you don't want to be the smartest kid in the room, so you sort of back away?
No, because I get the points.
I get embarrassed because I don't know the material.
You don't know. Okay, well,
But I think you're the youngest one in here.
Am I?
Yes,
think you are.
You're
Oh, I'm
17.
20.
Oh,
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh yeah, you are the
I
youngest.
think you're the youngest one. I give you a lot of credit for even starting an internship your freshman year in
That's
college.
why
It's
you're
pretty
the-
impressive.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Junior. I skipped.
You skipped the junior class?
I did dual enrollment, so
She's
I'm
a junior,
actually
but
in
it's your
my third
first year in college.
Yeah, but my first year in college. Yeah.
How do you like it?
College? It's easy so far.
That's what everybody says in the studio. It's easy.
College is very
College
easy
is
compared to high
easy
school.
compared to
high
high school I
school,
went to.
yeah.
Like it's easy.
It just depends what you did in high school. I feel like for me, high school was way harder.
Because you couldn't focus on
Yeah.
high school. It
No,
was,
it's like the program I did was hard. Like I think it prepared me for college, in the sense like college can't be harder than that.
That makes sense.
So, okay.
All right, so what is it? What circle?
Social
circle?
circle.
And there's only 4 of you?
No, and
Yeah.
Sammy.
Oh, and Sammy.
Oh, who?
That would be
Sammy.
Max's sticky thing that came out of an egg.
Oh, Sammy. I'm like, who?
Okay.
Wait,
Oh, that
hold
should
up.
be-
No, it's like the camera to switch to Sammy.
It's a Sammy.
I know we're going to do some postings and things of that nature to get some follow. And,
Yeah.
you can do your own
Yeah,
Facebook
we got that.
page. And
I already did.
What?
We have
No,
an
no, no,
Instagram.
no
Everything's
Facebook.
set up
No
already. We don't
Facebook.
use Facebook.
No, because we're targeting the younger generation. No Facebook.
So what do you use? Instagram?
TikTok and Instagram.
TikTok,
YouTube.
I don't even know how to use Facebook, so no.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll compare notes. Let the old man put it on social media on Facebook, and you give me all your numbers, and I bet you my numbers will beat your numbers.
Well, it's Facebook, so I hope your peers are supporting you. My peers aren't on Facebook. We don't.
Your
really
peers?
We don't frequent that app.
Well, where's the show going to be streamed out to?
Well, we're gonna do videos, not streaming yet. We want to build a base first through content, and then we'll eventually stream.
But old people. Wait.
Old people.
I feel like you guys are like, why would someone your age want to watch us though? Like, there's nothing.
You see, but that's you answering for other people.
I'm asking a question.
Because maybe they look up to you as role models. Maybe they're shy. Maybe they've never had an internship. Maybe they don't know what they're going to do with tomorrow, let alone the next stage of their life.
We got letters of kids that want to be in your position because they don't know what they want to do with
On
their
Facebook?
life. Letters.
That's an email. No, an email.
We'll show you the emails, but
Yeah.
we're generating the interest from different stages. We
People
don't
wanna
only do
be-
Facebook.
People want to be in this internship like you are. People want to be where you are.
You see, you just don't know where you are yet. But talk to people in here like Heather.
I got
Talk
people
to
who are
Gato.
looking for opportunities on the outside because they're sending so much publications out.
She doesn't seem sure either.
Who, Dana? Heather? All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, on the other side of this commercial break, 10 recommendments for personal empowerment with Dana Sardano. We are on chapter 3, so check this out. I think everyone was here reading it this morning. Chapter 3, because I want to get the words correct. That's the fourth one. Moving
Minus
ahead.
1. 3 minus 1.
I shall not apply irrational belief systems and toxic behavioral patterns that no longer serve me to my life experiences. So good luck with that,
Good luck with
especially
that.
when you got 7 planets in Aries. Just saying, I'm reading your chapter sobbing less. I go, oh my God, how does she know what I'm going through? Anyway.
Wow.
We'll be right back.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by 2 friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Are you looking for the cheapest prices on car insurance? Then call the Cheap Car Insurance Hotline right now. Hey, you're guaranteed to save money on your car insurance. Most car insurances can be canceled at any time. That means if you find a better deal, you can switch right away. We're not just one company. We offer most of the major brands of car insurance. We're like a discount supermarket for car insurance. And it doesn't matter if you have a good record or a bad driving record. Our agents are experts at finding you the right car insurance for your needs. Our average customer saves hundreds of dollars a year when they call us to switch. So why don't you make this 100% free call right now and see how much you can save on your car insurance?
855-815-9787. 855-815-9787. 855-815-9787. That's 855-815-9787.
Finding the world's best coffee. Nothing can stop Don Pablo from getting you the rarest coffees. Traveling across continents, climbing the highest mountains, overcoming immense obstacles, all for the quest of greatness. Experience this excitement with every sip.
Looking for a night out that actually gives back? AMP Media Futures Foundation presents Caps Off for a Cause. Join us at Crazy Uncle Mike's. Enjoy drinks, light bites, live entertainment, and real connection. May 12th, 5 to 7:30 p.m. Tickets are just $36 donation. Spots are limited, so grab yours now. Sponsor opportunities are available.
Hey, listen, my friends. You've heard all about the amazing weight loss success people have been having with GL1 semaglutides. In my example, I lost 10 pounds in 4 weeks, and you could too. All you need to do is call the special toll-free number, and we'll set you up with a virtual doctor visit. Then you can place your order, and in a matter of days, you'll be on your weight loss journey to losing 10 pounds, 20 pounds, or more. Learn how you could lose 10 pounds or more in as little as 4 weeks. You'll see results, or you can call us back, and we'll help you reach your goal. It's that simple. Listen, for as little as a few dollars a day, you can look great again and feel great by losing 10 pounds or more. That's our promise to you. Call right now for your free virtual doctor consultation and order.
800-268-9943. 800-268-9943. 800-268-9943. That's 800-268-9943. Paid for by Elevated MD.
Looking for music that brings back the memories? True Oldies FLA is South Florida's premier destination for timeless hits from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Brought to you by M2 TV Network. Broadcasting across multiple FM and HD stations, including 95.3 FM in Delray Beach and Boca Raton, 95.9 FM in Palm Beach County, 96.9 FM in Broward County and North Miami-Dade, and 106.9 FM on the Treasure Coast. True Oldies, FLA. Feel good music that spans generations.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
This day in history, April 15th, has seen moments that have shaped culture, tragedy, and innovation. In 1452, one of history's greatest minds, Leonardo da Vinci, was born, leaving behind a legacy in art, science, and invention. In 1912, the RMS Titanic tragically sank in the North Atlantic after hitting an iceberg, becoming one of the most infamous maritime disasters ever. In 1989, the Hillsborough disaster in England led to the deaths of 96 football fans, marking one of the worst tragedies in sports history. April 15th is also known as Tax Day in the United States, the deadline for filing income taxes. And today is recognized globally as World Art Day, celebrating creativity and artistic expressions around the world. From brilliance to tragedy to culture, April 15th reminds us how much history can happen in a single day.
And we're back. JJ, you like that music? I noticed you were bopping and weaving. She's weaving and bopping. All right.
Ready to get into this. 10
I don't know if I'm ready to get into this.
Your Personal Empowerment by Dana Sardano. So we are on recommendment or Rec 3. All right, you want to explain it?
Sure. Are we're not doing a Ubuntu room?
We're going to do that. All right, so here we go before we run the Ubuntu. I shall not apply irrational belief systems and toxic behavioral patterns that no longer serve me to my life experiences. Yeah, good luck with that. Let's roll it.
This segment has been sponsored by the Ubuntu Room.
Okay.
Come join Dana Sardano as she offers life-changing advice that will affect the spiritual, emotional, and physical aspects of your being. Within her easily available writings, you will find the solution you need for your problems. Tune in to the Ubuntu Room on the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Hey, party people. Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is the Ubuntu Room. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. So as Dawn said, we are on week 3, the third recommendment. And just to bring you up to speed, recommendment 1 is I shall not claim victimhood, all about accountability. Recommendment 2 is I shall not become entrenched in my emotions. It's all about understanding that we have an emotional guidance. And if things feel good, we should do more things like that. And if things feel not so good, maybe we should shy away from those things. And the third recommendment, I know that you read it, but it helps me if I do so as well. I shall not apply irrational belief systems and toxic behavioral patterns that no longer serve me to my life experiences. Now, recommendments 1, 2, and 3, they go together. It's funny because I've done workshops where I've called it as easy as 1, 2, 3, and I've just covered the first 3 recommendments. And it's very important to understand that, again, I'm accountable for all this. I create this. My emotions are part of my guidance in understanding what works for me and what doesn't. But unprocessed emotions in our formative years lead to beliefs that we may have about ourselves and the world around us that ultimately perpetuate patterns. So you'll see recommendment 2, recommendment 3 very much overlap. So today, I want to talk about a couple things. One is I really want to focus on those that have read this chapter and focus on what beliefs that they may have that maybe affects patterns that they have in their lives and circumstances that they have in their lives that don't serve them. So I really want to like pick your brains and get a sense of how it's affected you. But the other thing that I really want to focus on, and I've done this before, I've talked about this before in previous segments, about the importance of understanding that our beliefs shape our reality. Now, I've been doing these segments for about 5 months now. And in the second segment, because I'm Rain Man and I remember these things the way I remember them, in the second segment, I pulled out a deck of my Soul Traveler cards that I created with Anne-Marie Scordy. All of my artwork and her totally profound channeled messages. Now, I shared in that segment this card, and I want to share it again today because I think with all of the talks, all of the conversation that we've had, I think that this message might ring a little bit truer than it did 5 months ago, and I want to share it again. And then I really want to get into conversation, but this sums up everything that we're going to be talking about. It's called The Nature of Your Reality. And I'm going to read it slowly because I really, especially for the interns, for those that did your cram session this morning in your chapter, I really want you to think about what I'm saying because I believe that this is the core to everything in our experience. Again, the nature of your reality. All is created from thoughts you project, which are based on your beliefs, and these beliefs dictate the nature of your reality. Discover what you believe, and you will understand your life up until this point. It is then for you to recognize the beliefs that are not in line with who you are. Who you are just means the essence of your being, the aspects of yourself, which are the real you, not the you that you believe yourself to be. If you truly desire to be the master of your life, and indeed you are, whether you are aware of this or not, you will be so on a conscious level once you comprehend your beliefs and restructure and rebuild the foundation of this system with intentional understanding based on truth. Now, the end is a little bit heady, but at the end of the day, when we understand that everything in our existence, everything that we're experiencing is a manifestation of our beliefs, then we understand that we're the creators of our reality and we just have to look at our beliefs. Now, I am not trying to indoctrinate anybody. I'm not trying to make you believe what I believe. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. But I'm hoping by having these conversations, by reading these books, I'm hoping that maybe you'll take the time to look within and to really question, what are your beliefs? What are your patterns? Is the life you're creating for yourself, is it what you really want? And if it's not, what do you think about that and how you could change that? And those are the conversations I want to have. So I want to open with, in that chapter, I mention a childhood belief that I had, one of a billion, one of many, that created 10 patterns of behavior as a result. My needs do not matter. And then all of these patterns, all of these subsequent patterns. So I'm hoping that everybody has had the opportunity to think about that in their own lives. What is one belief that you have, and what patterns in your life have you created as a result of it? And with that said, I open the floor for questions, comments, concerns.
I want to ask you, did
Yeah.
you really think as a child your beliefs did not matter?
My beliefs or my needs?
Your needs.
You know, I don't think so much on a conscious level, like looking back in retrospect.
This is how I felt when I was whatever.
Yeah, but no, I didn't know that it was, yes, as a child, I believed my needs did not matter. But I didn't understand as a child that that was something that was not good, or that could be changed, or I was worthy of better. But I never felt like my needs mattered as a kid.
And can you link that to the behaviors of your parents or your siblings? That's why you felt that?
Yeah, 100%. That's why I wrote the, yeah.
No, but you can relate it back to, like, I felt my needs did not matter because this didn't happen, and when I wanted that or needed that, that didn't happen, so my needs didn't matter because they were never met.
Yes.
You can consciously or subconsciously connect those dots.
As an adult.
As an adult, you can look back. And
Of course. And that's what I'm hoping that people, again, with a little bit of time, a little bit of introspection, that's what they could do. For me, as a kid, you just accept it. You know what I mean? Like, we all have experiences as kids. You just accept them because that's just the way it is. But as an adult, when we look at our lives and we say, this is not really what I want, when we take the time, I'm settling for less than what I truly desire. When we really look at it, and then you peel it back. Well, what do I believe about it? My needs do not matter. Where does that go? Trace it back to the root. For me, this is just one example. I had a brother that could do no wrong. So everything that in my existence, again, child's perspective, everything in my existence, if I expressed what I needed, whether it be loudly or, with histrionics, I got the smackdown. So why would I believe my needs matter? And then I look, and then I have a brother who was put on this pedestal. So then there's a secondary belief of, well, I guess the boy is more important. Right? I guess there's a reason why I'm unworthy of such accolades, and just add that to the list of irrational beliefs. And that's why I say that in the recommendment. Irrational beliefs just means they're not based in logic. They're based in the childhood's belief, the child's understanding of the experience. As a child, I remember I told the story about how my father left my garbage bags on the front lawn. So the child, the 13 or 14-year-old, walked away going, oh, I am garbage. I must be treated as such. That's not a rational belief. That's the 14-year-old's takeaway of that experience. We all have something like that. Maybe not as intense, because that was pretty severe. But maybe not everybody had, their entire childhood putting garbage bags on the front lawn when they were 14. So, good for you. But we all have had something that we've walked away. My father once said to me, and this isn't to rehash, when I was like 9 or 10, blah, 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 story. And at the end of the day, he said flippantly, yeah, because you're fat and ugly and you'll never have a boyfriend. And I'm taking it completely out of context, but this pre-adolescent child is going through now adolescence with the belief, because the adult, my father, said, you're fat and ugly and you'll never have a boyfriend. So every pattern, every behavior after that came from that. It took me a long time to put that to rest. I don't blame him. Whatever the situation was, and again, I'm taking it out of context. He was angry or whatever. We all have something like that. But again, the whole purpose of these conversations is to talk about it. To dissect it, and then to reframe it into something more rational, and then put it to rest, put the old belief to rest. But to recognize the patterns that we perpetuate in our lives because of beliefs that were never based in logic anyway.
But there's like two polar opposite sides to it. One is you recognize the irrational belief, and it's irrational, and you bury it some more, and you keep going through life. Because if you unbury it,
Yeah.
and you watch it, you actually come to terms with it, it can be really painful. And then you're sitting there and you're going, wow, I've carried this. It's totally irrational. But if I actually try to change it, it changes my whole entire life and everything I knew about life. And now I need to unpack it, or I can just bury it again and keep it in rational belief and go about what I knew my whole life. And that becomes comfortable.
But does it become comfortable?
I don't know, does it become comfortable?
Well, I was just going to say, well, a lot of people will hold on to these coping mechanisms or these irrational beliefs because it's comfortable. It's what they've known their entire life. Oh my goodness, sorry. It's what they've known their entire life, and facing that head on and getting to that root cause and trying to reframe their perspective on it is terrifying. Terrifying. And it's like, it makes me wonder, because when I was reading, I'm like, what drives people to make that shift? Because if they're comfortable, why should they? You know what I mean? Because like I feel like that's why people hold on to these things, is because they don't know how, or they just don't want to face the reality.
Well, what's the litmus paper on this thing? What is it that I'm supposed to be normal at? What is it that I'm supposed to accept? So I have a couple of quirks. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, you don't like me, you don't like the way I smell? Okay, then that's okay. But the object of the game here is, am I living my life for me? Or am I living my life for judgment of others who maybe don't even understand me? Things that happened to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was not a good athlete when I was a kid. My brother used to say, you know, you're not like Juji. Juji and Ray were athletes. I was not. I just went out to play. Well, since when did this become world politics? Okay, so he's better than me. He says, we're not going to win. So what?
Yeah.
I don't get it sometimes.
Does that change your perspective if you're thinking in life then, oh, he's better than me, I'm not going to win?
No,
I can
he
take
said
less than.
that.
What?
I didn't say that.
But
He
sometimes
said
what people say become your reality.
that I should be. He should be better than me.
I don't know if what people say become your reality. It's what you believe.
Becomes
you know,
reality.
I remember people telling blonde jokes, like, oh, you know, in my youth, even now. But remember, like years ago, blonde jokes were the big deal, and I would joke. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it because I don't. Yeah, right. And there's an irony in that. No, but I don't align with the belief that blondes are stupid. So when you make a joke that a blonde is stupid, because I don't believe it, I'm not going to embody that.
But do you laugh at it?
No, because it's stupid.
But if you're self-conscious, remembers what your father said to you.
Yeah.
You're fat and ugly. You're
Somebody
never
makes a
gonna have
fat joke, I'm ready to throw hands.
But throughout your life, you rose above it. There are people that could, you know, when I'm fat and ugly, I'm never going to have a boyfriend. And that sits in their subconscious.
Yes.
Until they're older and they're single, and it's because they were told and they believe it now because that was the story they were told and they hold on to. So when I say did you believe it, it becomes your self-conscious sometimes because that becomes your belief system because someone made a stupid comment.
Your father, someone who's like
Allegedly.
authority, like
My father.
exactly your
Right.
father,
Allegedly.
and it's like if my father said it, it has to be true, so now I'm going to believe.
You hold on to that in your
Exactly.
subconscious,
Yeah.
even though you look in the mirror and you go, I'm not. And that's where eating disorders come in.
Yes.
Or, right?
Everything.
But in
Thank
your
you,
head,
Paul.
you're still fat
Not
and
one
ugly and you're never going to
comment.
have a boyfriend because you only weigh 80 pounds in the mirror. But in your
Yes.
head, you don't.
I'm gonna tell you, you guys make life so complicated. I'm sweating over here. I feel like giving
And
up
you're
my
still playing
seat.
baseball.
Yeah, I mean,
Still thinking
because you
about
know
baseball.
You're
something.
outside playing the game.
I don't care.
But that's
It
an
doesn't
amazing
matter.
That's great.
development.
My dad, you know,
Not
it's
everyone
really
can say
funny.
that.
My parents always told me that I was the best. We were talking about this. I got a car when I was 19, a Ventura. Beautiful car. It was stolen and they repaired it and they gave me a used car. But I got a car. So all of my cousins, all 5,000 of them, said, why does he get a car? And you know something? I say, here are the keys. Here, you want to drive my car? Come on, just put gas in it. And it isn't until now that to them it must have meant something. It didn't mean anything to me. It was a car. Get in a car, you go from here, you go to there. Why do
was
we have to
yours.
complicate life so much?
Freddie, you know, I always love and appreciate your perspective, but we talked about last week that you're the anomaly.
I'm not an
You know what
anomaly.
you are totally the
I
anomaly.
said this. We said this Monday.
You know what you're reminding me of? you know, everybody knows I was in education for 20 plus years, and I worked in yeshivas. I worked in 2 separate yeshivas for the total of about 18 or 20 years between the 2 of them. And so I grew up in public education, grew up, again, a Gen Xer, Jersey, Italian, whole different culture, and then was in the Jewish day school culture for all of these years. And I noticed such a difference in the children and how they functioned than what I was used to. There was a sense of self-worth and self-esteem because they were raised in a different way that they mattered. This is just what I saw in this culture. I don't know if it's all of Jewish culture, but what I saw in this Jewish day school, they were raised with community, they were raised with just parental involvement, and they were raised with the idea that their needs were important, sometimes a little too much, where they need a little smackdown from time to time. There's a little bit of entitlement. I was going to say elite, that was the word, entitlement. Yeah. There's a fine line. So there was a little bit of entitlement, but there was definitely, they walked differently, they carried themselves differently, and I was really taken with this. This is the result of core beliefs, of core patterns being perpetuated. So it sounds to me, you had a certain sort of, first of all, you're your own breed. We're clear on that. But you also were raised in a way that you didn't have the fractures in your core structure. So a lot of people have. So that's why I focus on that. Not because I had it, but because I had it and because I came out the other side, I could see most people do have it, and I want to show them that it is possible to come out the other side. And again, just to bring it back to the beginning, that's why it's so important to just look at your beliefs. Well, how do I know what my beliefs are? Well, look at your surroundings. If just as an example, of course it'll take me a lot longer than, just as an example, who here can relate to always putting somebody else's needs first? Just show of hands. Anybody? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got like 6 people. Who can relate to feeling like in situations you get the short end of the stick? Oh, according to Freddie, there's no stick. Who can relate? There's no stick. Okay. Who can relate to attracting takers and feeling like your kindness is taken for granted? Who can relate to patterns of overcompensating when people don't meet your needs? Who can relate to feelings of disappointment in inequitable relationships and unfair relationships? Okay, again, let me continue. Not properly setting boundaries for yourself. Accepting less than what you need in any given situation. Feeling comfortable, not feeling comfortable or worthy of communicating your needs. Settling for less than what you desire. Hands everywhere, hands over there, hands over there. And the last one, and this is the one that I thought was so powerful. Continuing relationships that no longer serve me, because even though I feel taken for granted and this makes me uncomfortable, it's a feeling I recognize, and you touched on this, because I stay. Those were 10 patterns of behavior based on a simple belief or a variation of this belief that my needs do not matter. And that's the only point I'm trying to make. We walk around as humans going, oh, why is it so-and-so took advantage of me? Or why is it that people take me for granted? Go back to your belief. Somewhere I picked up that because if I thought my needs mattered, I would not be allowing those patterns to occur. Look at the duck when you talk, Dana. Look at the duck.
And then I was going to ask, again, Freddie's the anomaly. Is it different from males and females? But you're the anomaly.
You know, I
but
grew up.
Andrew's here. We can ask him the same
We're
thing.
going to get a mic. You know, I grew up at Yeshiva University on 186th Street.
We probably know the same people.
I was 11 years old, and I lived there on the 4th floor. And I came down, and the Jewish women were all along the gate in their little chairs. And they were all there, and I came over and said, hi, how are you? I was 11. And they had the numbers on their arms. And they had the numbers from World War II. And they were sitting in that chair, and I spoke to each and every one of them for days, months, weeks. They even got me my own chair, and I sat with them. Because everything that my parents had told me about how tough life is, how much it matters for you to put yourself out there, because life ain't gonna hand you nothing. You gotta be like you gotta be like the A-team. You gotta go out there and whatever. Everything went away, because what those people went through made every problem I ever had so small that I've decided at that point in my life, there ain't nothing bigger than what those people went through. So, that being said, all those hands that go up, it isn't that I don't understand it, I just don't accept it. If I have a problem in my life, I'm gonna use an eraser and I'm gonna try to fix it. Because if I don't, then it's gonna beat me down. And if it beats me down, then I'm no good for nobody. That's my story.
So, Freddie, let me ask you. So, at 11 years old, you had a belief that your parents, that you got from your parents, that, you got to go out and get it and no one's going to do it for you. And then you sat with these women, learned their story, shifted your belief. And so from 11 years old, you had this new shifted higher perspective belief that you carried with you through life that likely affected your patterns.
It did affect my parents.
Oh, 100%. That's my point.
And I was dating somebody at the time, and I was 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And
look at you.
It was a disaster.
Well, because you were 11 or 12,
I started
perhaps?
to feel all the things in your book until I met these people. Then everything changed. It was like God said, here's a sign. You think you got it tough? Check this out. And sometimes you need a spark, or you need something to sort of ground you and say, you ain't got it too bad. It could be a whole lot worse. And that's been the story of my life. So it's not that I'm different. Every time that I'm going to go down this road of saying, this is really bothering me, or this is going to affect my life, or I had loving parents. And my father and mother had a 3rd and 4th grade education. My father's school was in the sugarcane fields. That's how he was growing up. So he didn't read well, he didn't write well, all of that. So I had sort of had to carry the ball. But every time I look at it, maybe this is the thing that it bothers me. It bothers me when somebody says I ain't good enough, or I ain't this, it bothers me. Maybe I'm the opposite because I see it from the other side. Maybe that's my quirk.
So maybe that's why you tell everyone they're the best. Because
they are the best.
Because you grew up the opposite. You grew up helping your parents.
I did. I understand what God goes through, and we talked about that today. Yeah, I understand.
So instead of you can't do it, you tell everyone they're the best. So you go the other way.
You got to go the other way.
So he overcompensates for those beliefs.
Well, I think what he did was, he restructured his beliefs at a very young age, which allowed it to become a part of him. We say, oh, you're the anomaly, but I think it's beautiful. And so there's two things I'm picking up here. One is see the importance of restructuring your beliefs and how it could change your life, and see the importance of getting these kids at a younger age and getting them to see things differently. It's so crucial that not only do we change or shift our beliefs that don't serve us. If everything is great in your life, then just carry the channel. Just ignore me. Put me on mute. I don't care. I'm saying if you're looking around and your marriage is unhappy and your job sucks and you don't like how you feel in your body and and all the other things, your kids are ungrateful, then it's time to look at what you believe, because you are the point of attraction. That's all I'm saying. And then you pass it down to the kids, because the kids, how are they going to learn it if they don't have parents that have a clearer, broader perspective, a healthy perspective, a non-toxic perspective, rational beliefs? The kids don't stand a chance if we don't carry the torch for them. You know what I mean?
It's funny because I didn't think about any of that until right now. In all my years of life, I didn't think about that moment until you talked today. What changed in my life? And I remember this, and you brought up Yeshiva University. And I remember like it was yesterday. I could tell you what the weather was like, how many times we went out there. It was... It was on... yeah, absolutely. But I'm sort of happy that happened, because we moved to Manhattan. I grew up in the Bronx, and we moved to Manhattan, and it was tough and everything else, Cocaine City, everything that was going on in the Heights. And it was Yeshiva University, the people that were there that taught me a lesson. And they always said, don't stop, just keep going. Does it hurt? Yes, but keep going. It'll sort of straighten itself out. If you believe and you keep going, you fix it, and then you have to be able to teach it. And all of a sudden, all this is coming forward because of what you're talking about. So you got to take it seriously. You got to sort of look at all of the things that you've been through and what you're going to be going through. You're the youngest one in the studio. Yeah, grab your mic. How do you feel about this conversation?
And I agree with all of it, and especially all of the lists of everything that she mentioned. I mean, my hand was up the entire time. So I get it.
Ladies, any comments? You feel anything? Anything that you want to mumble a little bit?
And another thing is, like, that is current too. Like, that wasn't just my childhood. I still have, like, those beliefs, for example. I still believe, not that my needs aren't important necessarily, but, like, I'm a people pleaser. Like, if I'm not happy in a relationship or a friendship, whatever, am I making them happy? Yeah, okay, I'm staying.
So are you cool with that? Does that work for you?
No.
All right. So to Heather's point is that it's really scary to make these changes. So Heather, and a little bit of what Freddie was saying, like, well, why would I change? All right, no, Dawn, you open the floor for it. Like, why would I change? Like, what? Like, if I'm comfortable in this discomfort, and I talk about my mother in one of the books about she was just comfortable in her discomfort, why would I change? And that's really what the dark night of the soul is. Sometimes things suck so badly that you're either forced into a change, a stress heart attack, or, you lose somebody you love or something like that, or you just wake up one day and you're like, the things suck and I want them to suck less and I need to end this toxic relationship or do whatever. But if it doesn't work for you, you're young enough that you can say, hey, I'm going to start making some minor changes. I'm going to start saying no unapologetically. I'm going to put my needs first, even though it's uncomfortable, because somewhere along the lines I learned that I'm not worthy of my needs being first, and if I want people to love me, I have to make their needs first. But I'm gonna fight that urge, and I'm just going to put my needs first once, and I'm going to sit in it, and I'm going to commit to it, and then it'll get easier next time, because you're young enough to do those things and retrain yourself like Freddie did at the tender age of 11.
What about you, Max? You haven't said anything. You raised your hand a whole lot.
You raised your hand a whole lot.
She's just trying to stay alive.
She's just so welcome right now. I mean, so I'm really because I stay comfortable in chaos, and like it's kind of like, when you like do like a spring cleaning or something, and it's like I know where it is in the mess, and then as soon as I organize things, I can't find it anymore, and it's like I'm very afraid of, like you said, making the changes. And how do you? But like I don't want to have to like wait to have a heart attack or a disaster. So how do I can see the discomfort, but I also can see my own comfort in the discomfort. And so it's like, how do I get her out of there before something terrible happens? I don't want to wait for the disaster to strike. And I just feel like I'm a little bit in that mode where I am comfortable in my chaos and my unhealthy patterns a little bit. And I don't know how to, because my life is pretty, like, my life doesn't suck. That's the thing. I do have unhealthy patterns, and for some reason, like, my life is able, like, I'm able to handle it with the chaos, and so I'm grateful, because like I said, my life doesn't suck, but there's still, like, I still notice problems. And so, like, how do I be grateful for what I have, but still make changes? Does that make sense, any of that?
Yeah. I mentioned the dark night of the soul before. You guys have all heard that expression, right?
I've never heard.
In Jungian psychology, Carl Jung?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Charles. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. He believed in the dark night of the soul, and that's like when you're at your lowest point, that pivotal point before you make a change. So I think everybody's dark night of the soul, everybody's got different thresholds. You know what I mean? Like, how bad does it have to suck? And so for you, if you're comfortable there, it doesn't have to be a total disaster, but if you're not ready to make the changes, then there's got to be that pivot point. Maybe it's got to suck just a little bit more. But I think in any change, that we have to make for our best and highest good. I think, to quote my husband, how to eat an elephant, one piece at a time. And so, when I used to run every day before I went, when I was my 9 to 5 or before I went to work, and I'd get up at the crack, and even when I had kids, I put them in the jogging stroller, and every morning I'd get up and I'd be like, oh, geez, I want to do this. And I'm like, just get up, brush your teeth, put your hair in a ponytail, put your shoes on. It's all you have to do. One piece at a time, right? So I would do that. And then I'm like, okay, just walk around the block. You don't need to run 5 miles, just walk around the block. And every time, without fail, I always met what I would normally do, or maybe sometimes more. But if I went out there going, I have to run the 3 miles or the 5 miles, I never would do it.
Attainable goals. If you make this gigantic goal, I'm going to do this big thing, it makes it so daunting. Like, how am I ever going to get to this goal and achieve it? You have to set these small little steps and work your way towards that bigger goal.
Yeah, so one thing, Max, that makes you feel more organized. It could be as simple as, instead of putting all my files on my computer, I do a document, maybe I will create folders. That's me, because I got crap everywhere. I don't know where anything is. I'm looking for a document. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll just put them in folders. And what'll happen is, oh, that'll feel nice, because I just went to the folder and my stuff was there. I didn't have to search for it. So that'll make me want to now maybe put them on a hard drive. Ooh, you know what I mean? And so just apply that to whatever disorder in my closet. Maybe I'll color code my hangers. Ooh, you know what I mean? And then it will, I wasn't this awesome 10 years ago.
But the funny thing is that she does all that. She comes in with boxes and she has things and ducks, and the mental part of her game is straight. It's the physical part of keeping things together, not forgetting this, not forgetting that, this. But that's really about, a lot of people go through that. Sometimes you walk into an office and there's no straighten out. And it says, can I have this letter? I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in here, but I can't remember. That's all it is. So that's more, I think, in her case, frustration more than anything else. Yeah. I seen herself get so frustrated because she left something in the car. The car's in the parking lot. Just go get it. What's the problem?
She's got to figure out what the core of that is.
Perfectionist is part of it, and I'm impatient. I want it all right now, immediately, and so I struggle sometimes with taking the small steps.
All right, why don't we take a commercial break? We're going to take a small step. When we come back, maybe we can come up with some ideas on how to restructure those belief systems.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to come on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
Welcome to Working Nurses Home Care, where your private care is our priority. We provide medical and supportive private duty care all under one agency serving Broward, Palm Beach, and the Treasure Coast. From long-term care and companionship to recovery support, our nurses, therapists, and home health aides are here for you. We accept most major insurances including United Medicare, Aetna, Humana, Oscar, Cigna, and Medicare. Count on us for care that you can trust. Call Broward at 954-916-7458 or Palm Beach at 561-409-0767. Visit us at www.workingnurseshomecare.com. At Working Nurses Home Care, we are here to serve and support.
Welcome to La Mesa Cafe Bistro, where every cup has a story. From freshly brewed coffee to comforting, flavorful dishes, it's the perfect place to slow down and savor the moment. Open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday and Monday. Stop by and taste the difference at 48 Northeast 1st Avenue in Boca Raton.
Looking for great coffee and a place to unwind? Come to Tiki Coffee and Desserts. We serve gourmet coffee made fresh, rich espresso, smooth lattes, and handcrafted specialty drinks made just the way you like them. Pair it with one of our delicious desserts, from creamy cheesecakes to fresh pastries and sweet treats made to satisfy every craving. No matter what you're in the mood for, you can trust that it's been prepared with care and quality ingredients. Enjoy a warm, welcoming atmosphere where our friendly staff make you feel right at home the moment you walk in. Whether you're meeting friends, taking a break, getting some work done, or simply treating yourself, Tiki Coffee and Desserts is the perfect stop. Don't miss out on an irresistible experience you'll want to come back to again and again. Tiki Coffee and Desserts, the hottest new coffee shop in Boca.
Imagina que este es tu dinero y alguien te lo quiere quitar. ¿Quién es? El IRS. Adivina qué, quieren tu dinero y pueden tomarlo. Todos si quieren. Entonces, ¿qué haces? Usted contraataca dejando que nuestro equipo de expertos lo resuelva con el IRS para poder conservar su dinero. Llame ahora mismo y aprende gratis cómo podemos ayudarte a volver a ponerlo en tu bolsillo. 5 minutos de tu tiempo pueden ahorrarte miles de dólares.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
What the
Things I
hell?
learned in kindergarten, how to count backwards from 10.
Wow, that was a voice of reasoning there. It scared me.
All right,
Wow.
so we've been talking with Dana Sardano about the 10 recommendments for personal empowerment. We're on recommendment 3, and everyone, well, I think a lot of people know some of their misbeliefs or the beliefs that they're comfortable and they're uncomfortable. But once you identify that belief or that feeling of suck or that feeling of, I can't live like this anymore, it's not serving me, it's serving everybody else, but is it really? How do we change it?
I think everybody's a little bit different, but I want to use Max's example. So we were talking about, just like a simple thing, like start with a simple task and change it. But Max said 2 things. She said she's impatient and she's a perfectionist. And when you when you look at those things, just pick one. We'll just pick one. We'll just pick the impatience and look at all the ways it affects your life. So one thing that you could do is find one thing about yourself that's out of balance. In this case, the impatience, and then just find awareness. Every day, wake up. I'm going to acknowledge all the places I was impatient. And or all the opportunities I had to learn patience. And even if you're a journaler, or at least pretend to be like Heather, you can write it down. And when you write it down, it forces accountability. So if you're writing down all the places where you could have learned patience, where you are impatient, and start there with the awareness, and then try to make small changes. How to eat an elephant. That's the one thing. The other thing is to reverse the beliefs. If I, again, am making decisions in my life based on the fact that I think I'm fat and ugly and I'll never have a boyfriend, right? Or let's just say that I'm not attractive enough to attract somebody because, again, I'm not walking around thinking those words. But if I'm like, I'm not attractive enough, and I trace it back and realize it was, because it's really, where did this come from? Why do I feel this way? How far back does this go? When was my first diet? How did the people treat me when I was in different shapes in my body? And thinking about those things, and then trace it back to, when I was 9, I was told this. That's probably the core of this. Then you have to remove yourself. With my adult, rational brain, is that a true statement? Is it true? Is my worthiness contingent on my weight? Like, to really think about this. How would I say this to a friend who was asking me? If Dawn said to me, hey, do you think I'm fat and ugly and would never have a boyfriend, or my worthiness contingent on my weight or whatever, I'd be like, you're insane, you're awesome, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't I talk to myself like that? It's about recognizing the belief, recognizing it was a childhood belief, that coping mechanisms were developed in childhood, removing yourself as if you're talking to a different person. That's what they call it, like the child work, inner child work, but removing yourself and looking at it with reason. And then reversing that belief. That's ridiculous. I'm awesome regardless of my weight or how I look. And if I love myself, I keep touching my mic. If I love myself, truly love myself, I become an attractive force because of that. And everything else is, anything else on top of that is superfluous, right? Like the way I look or whatever.
So is it vital that it's
tied to like a memory or an experience? You know what I mean?
I think if you recognize that you have a belief that isn't working for you, and it's helpful to go back and go, oh, I've had this belief all my life, and this is how it affected me. Like, it's just part of like the excavation, Do you have to find the core belief? I think when you pluck it at the root. But I think if you're able to say, hey, this doesn't work for me, I'm going to start thinking like this, and do that. If you have the ability to do that and cut out the middleman, to go for it. But I think most people have to find the root.
Cut out the middleman.
You know what I mean? Cut out the middleman. Why am I doing all this work if I could just say, hey, I'm not going to think like that. I'm impatient. Okay, I'm going to be patient now because patience is good, and now I'll be patient. If you could do that.
Jeez.
But I don't think you can, no offense. I think it's really about working on, because impatience comes from fear.
Oh yeah. Oh,
right?
I'm full of that
it
stuff.
comes from fear. Perfectionism comes from insecurity.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to. That's what I'm talking about when I say peel it back. I'm impatient, and I am a perfectionist. Oh, well, really, I'm fearful and insecure. And now, if you really want to get into it, that goes back to the root chakra. And then do your thing. You're welcome. That'll be $50.
She's thinking it through.
She's going to take it
It's empty. Silly girl.
It's interesting because in here we get a bunch of kids that come through the program. And when they first come, they want to figure it out. And they've been in school for 4, some 6, some 7 years. And they come through the program, some of them just leaving high school, and they've been through that program. And they come in here taking material from people teaching them. Teachers saying, okay, this is the way it is, and and they don't question that. They just take it in. So their frame of thought, they take that home, and they educate mom and dad, if there is a mom and dad at home, and they say, well, this is what I learned, so it must be right. It's like what Heather was saying. Dad says something, he's the guy I look up to, it must be right. They don't ever question any of that stuff. Yeah. And it's funny because when you ask them to put their thoughts together and let's publish it, let's do something with your train of thought. Now your professor taught you. It's the same thing with Fonzie. You just realize that you can actually do comic stripping using certain materials that he was told to not to use. And I said, try it. Let's see what happens. And now he's becoming an expert at it. And even he's shocked at how well it is. So isn't that like life? You sort of have to go through it. You're going to go, it's going to run you down, it's going to feel bad, but then you find the good stuff and you keep going and you keep growing and you try to get that security back a little by little at a time.
Yeah, yes, through action, not through sitting on your hands.
That's right.
And just to belabor the point about beliefs creating a reality, I was watching I don't watch a lot of TV, but I got caught up with like the Mormon miniseries. Have you guys, there's 2 Mormon miniseries about false prophets, and they talk about the culture and how these false prophets came in, they got arrested, it was like a big scandal. But it was these women from birth were raised to be obedient, to not question anything. Now they wind up in these polygamous marriages with these elderly men, and they're being sexually abused until again it got broken up and they had to be removed and like they rewired, their brains rewired. And I'm so fascinated by how When you believe something so strongly, they believe this man was the prophet, they'd let him do anything. And that's the power of belief. And if you could believe things that harm you, you could believe things that create beauty and magic in your life. And to quote you, or to jump on your bandwagon, what do you choose to believe? And if I'm going to believe something, why wouldn't I believe I'm great? Like, why wouldn't I? Like, why would it wouldn't behoove me to believe I'm crappy, because then that belief creates all these circumstances. But if I believe I'm great, then great things happen. If you don't have the ability to believe you're great, that's what you want to look at. If you don't have the ability to be patient, that's what you want to look at. But if you could be patient and great instead of impatient and not great, I know what I'm choosing.
No, it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
But I love this also. When did we stop listening to ourselves? Why are we following someone else's rules for happiness? And why aren't we making our own rules? Why aren't we empowering ourselves? And that's got to go back to when you're kids, your parents made the rules.
Yeah.
And at some point, we always thought our parents made the rules, until you realize one day you can make the rules. And then wait till you're our age and you're making rules for your parents. And that's a whole shift. And I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff going on, because you think, but they always, I thought, was right. We're right. Now maybe they weren't right. So it changes perspective as you grow. That's the beautiful sandwich generation that we're in and at this age in life. But I think that's why we follow all the rules, because our parents were like, these are your rules. You don't put your finger in a socket. You look twice before you cross the street. All these rules that we continue to do. How do you drive a car? How do you buckle your seatbelt? All the good rules that you did.
It's the progressive commercial. You're turning into mom and dad.
But you follow the rules, so you become a people pleaser because you're following everybody else's rules.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a natural progression of why we're all this way. But again, I ask, is it more for females than males? And you're the anomaly. I need another male in here.
Andrew.
Did you follow the rules that your parents set before you, like your sister did, or did Harry?
No.
My brother had his own set of rules because he was he was the
prince.
He was prince because he was the male, and
Well, I saw what they were doing. Like, I told my parents I was not going to City College. And I'm not going to a two-year college. I'm either going to break it and make it at an Ivy League, or I'm going to go to NYU, something in that nature. And my parents says, what are you talking about? You get what you get. I says, no. I ain't doing that. My sister went to where she went. My brother went to where. No, I was either going to NYU, Marquette, or the other one, the big one. And I wasn't paying for it. And that was it. And I believed that. And I believed that so hard. You know, it's funny. It's like life is like in this room, all of a sudden I'm reliving all these things that I went through in high school. And I sat in my room and I said, no. And my parents said, but Freddie, no, I don't want to have this conversation. It's my way or the highway. I'm either going to do it.
And what happened?
And I went to NYU for a ride.
Because you believed it unshakably.
And it's funny because I've heard people say, if you really believe in it hard enough, you can make it happen. And I went to NYU. I was so shocked.
And what about your sister?
She went to Lehman College.
Because
that's what she wanted.
They told her to.
Did she want to, or that's because your parents said you're going to Lehman College?
You gotta ask her. I don't know why she went there. My sister could have
Is
gone
that
to
the one that
NYU.
dressed you like a girl?
Yeah.
Okay, just ask her.
It's the
And
difference,
my brother,
I think, between
my brother
men
went to Bronx Community College, and my brother was smarter than me. But I refused it. I refused to go anywhere else. I refused it. I refused to say, I learned to say no. And my parents said, well, watch out now. And then when I went to NYU, I started pushing my luck. I says, I need a library. And all my 4 uncles came and they built it. And they put books in it. And I said, wow, I'm going to have to really study. Which I never did.
Books now.
I had to open a book.
But it all goes back to beliefs.
But believe in the positive. Believe in this so you can get there. Because when you believe in this, you're already there. That's the way I see it. So I'm going to always say, there. I'm going up there. That's where I'm going. Either come with me.
The prosecution rests.
And Dana, you're doing this, and it's almost like a new moon, and planets are all craziness, and everyone who's in this circle is feeling the energy of whatever they're feeling. How do people get your book?
Go to ubunTUfishgallery.com. You can get this book. You can get the others. You can get the or anything you want to find, go to my website and feel free to reach out, because as you can see, this is my passion, this is my purpose, and if I could help you look a little closer at yourself to create the life that you desire, then my job is done.
Get out of the
And you know,
sun.
you do it hittingly.
Who?
Hittingly.
Me?
You. Yeah, May 12th is up there. You see? And you're going to take us up there like you've done the last 2 years. And the bottom line here is that, is it easy? Nah, man, it ain't. I'm going to ask you to go and fix that flag up there. It's easy? It ain't easy. But the bottom line is, if you believe hard enough, if you really believe hard enough, you're going to be there.
And why are we not going to do it out of fear of it not working?
That's right. We either,
it always works.
We either go and it fails, or we go.
But at
and
least
we're
we
there.
tried, and we
That's
aim for
right.
the stars, and
There you go.
Yeah,
That's the way it works.
don't go down without a fight. I'm talking about,
We have to
so-
data hosting.
That's the name of the game. Don't go down without a fight.
You keep on fighting, keep on pushing.
That's
Hello, Deb's here. Yes. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. More to come. Get your book, 10 Recommendments of Personal Empowerment by Dana Sardano. Check it out, UBU, fishgallery.com. And we'll be right back.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
Welcome to Working Nurses Home Care, where your private care is our priority. We provide medical and supportive private duty care all under one agency, serving Broward, Palm Beach, and the Treasure Coast. From long-term care and companionship to recovery support, our nurses, therapists, and home health aides are here for you. We accept most major insurances, including United Medicare, Aetna, Humana, Oscar, Cigna, and Medicare. Count on us for care that you can trust. Call Broward at 954-916-7458 or Palm Beach at 561-409-0767. Visit us at www.workingnurseshomecare.com. At Working Nurses Home Care, we are here to serve and support.
Welcome to La Mesa Cafe Bistro, where every cup has a story. From freshly brewed coffee to comforting, flavorful dishes, it's the perfect place to slow down and savor the moment. Open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday and Monday. Stop by and taste the difference at 48 Northeast 1st Avenue in Boca Raton.
Looking for great coffee and a place to unwind? Come to Tiki Coffee and Desserts. We serve gourmet coffee made fresh, rich espresso, smooth lattes, and handcrafted specialty drinks made just the way you like them. Pair it with one of our delicious desserts, from creamy cheesecakes to fresh pastries and sweet treats made to satisfy every craving. No matter what you're in the mood for, you can trust that it's been prepared with care and quality ingredients. Enjoy a warm, welcoming atmosphere where our friendly staff make you feel right at home the moment you walk in. Whether you're meeting friends, taking a break, getting some work done, or simply treating yourself, Tiki Coffee and Desserts is the perfect stop. Don't miss out on an irresistible experience you'll want to come back to again and again. Tiki Coffee and Desserts, the hottest new coffee shop in Boca.
Imagina que este es tu dinero y alguien te lo quiere quitar. ¿Quién es? El IRS. Adivina qué, quieren tu dinero y pueden tomarlo. Todo si quieren. Entonces, ¿Qué haces? Usted contraataca dejando que nuestro equipo de expertos lo resuelva con el IRS para poder conservar su dinero. Llame ahora mismo y aprende gratis cómo podemos ayudarte a volver a ponerlo en tu bolsillo. 5 minutos de tu tiempo pueden ahorrarte miles de dólares.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're back. I got to tell you, get lit up doing that book club thing.
What have you learned? You had a pretty good childhood.
I learned that I have flashbacks of my life coming through today about things that you guys were talking about. When, I don't remember things when I was 9 and 10 and 11. And all of a sudden, it just hit home. Hearing Max's side and hearing what the ladies are saying here on the side, it just hit home. I had some kind of upbringing. My parents are pretty good. I never realized that.
It's amazing. Think about it. It wasn't, you weren't in the haves. Financially, you were not the haves when you were growing up.
We were hardworking, and we weren't. We weren't in the poor's either. In the beginning, we were. My father came to this country making $1.25 a week. How the hell you sustain a family on that and rent? Who knows? But it's just human characteristic. The way we are, the way things are right now, all the pressures, all the fears, and everything else. This thing just opened me up today to emotions that I didn't know were there. I guess. Maybe that's my underline.
I don't even know if they're staying over there. Okay, you're back. You heard this. You're opening them up.
Yeah, no, I'm digging it. I'm here.
She's digging it. Anyway, let's move on to our other friend, missing in action lady. She's been hardworking at some of the things. We talked about this game a couple of months ago. And she's back.
I'm back.
Debbie Petry is with us. She is the creator, founder of Guardians of Peace, the GOP, as they say. Welcome back. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I've been in freezing cold Boston with my fiance, who was an accountant, as you know. I have to explain to him, that's not snowbirding. I should not be in Boston. It was brutal there this year, too. Lots of snow. Are you pointing at me?
Yes, hold your mic still. It's not a baton.
Holding
it's a mic.
Look at my hair. I had to rush over. I didn't let them blow dry my hair in the hair salon because I couldn't wait to see you because I've been gone way too long.
You promised me for weeks. And I said to her, she's not going to make it. So she came with the hair, so she's a trooper.
Oh, I was coming, because I'm leaving tomorrow at 6 a.m. I'm only here for 2 days.
So tell us what's going on. Let's get a quick review here.
So what's going on is I'm very excited because I have been working in Boston. I just haven't been slacking. Still, the game is waiting to really be super launched. We launched a little bit, but finishing up a script because we have Andrew Mittman. I don't know if you guys know him, but he was the director who did The Addams Family, and Wednesdays did a bunch of stuff. And he's got a 6-year-old son, and I was at a function with him about a month ago, and someone was telling him about what I'm doing, and he said, I want the script. So which we knew we were going to Hollywood anyway, but we're just a little bit, one step closer. The script should be done next week, and then we are off to that and the game and the book.
What is the script about? Is it the story of the game?
Yes.
Is it your story?
No, it's the story of the game. So I basically wrote the script for the game. So again, the child going through with the superheroes and
is it animated?
Yes, we were kind of going back and forth on that, but we think we're going to do animated first. Not animated, you know, the clay, like the thing, not truly animated, but like Coco, like those things. It's like a clay. We're going to do that, and we think the next movie we do, then we're going to go to the real people. But the first one, I think we're going to do that. So, but we're there. Well, like I said, we're going to be in Hollywood. I think not next week, the week after, and really. So I may be dragging you with me. I don't know.
I got a question for you. Do you have a comic book?
We were working on a comic book. Yeah, we eventually will have a comic book.
I have a comic book.
Yeah.
I can create a comic book now.
All right.
With Fonzie and some of the other kids that come. We have changed the technology of how to do that.
Well, with AI, I mean, it's just so easy to do all that stuff. I always saw a comic book because the story is there already. So, I mean, all of this stuff is books and you know, I have the meditation book, obviously, but stories, exactly. So, yes, a comic book would be something very cool that we will get into.
I love that because the stories is as big, if not bigger than the game. The story behind it and what it does.
That's exactly right.
The meaning of it, the meaning of how it influenced you and other parents and other this and other, depending on the circumstances.
And we have something also extreme. This is even above and beyond. So my daughter, who is my inspiration and who brought Qigong into the home, as you guys know, other people don't know, brought Qigong into the home and taught us and what we teach the children. We are actually flying to the Carolinas. I have friends that own a big studio there, and they make movies out of there. And we are in the process of making a course for schools. And we have 16 schools that already want it. So she's going to be videoed for the children, showing them moves, how to calm their minds when they're in school. And, you know, if they get frustrated, whatever, we're starting with the elementary. which is my thing. And then we will go to junior high school. She already does adults. She has a healing center in Boston. So we are very excited about that. So that will be happening the end of this month. She's flying in, and we'll be taping that and getting it right out there.
Very
so a lot
cool.
of great stuff all revolved around
That's awesome.
game and stuff like that. So all helping the kids survive this crazy world.
Are your grandkids, do they play the game?
They don't play the game, but they do the meditations. Yeah. Nicholas is almost right there. He's 5, so he's almost there to play, but he lives it. It's my daughter, so I mean, they and I love it because she teaches him all, when he gets angry or when he's upset, and so we see it working. We work. In fact, his school is one of the schools that we're getting it right into.
Tell me the essence of the game. What does it teach kids?
So it is a few things. So there's 7 superheroes, all different races. So it teaches them diversity, and it also teaches them the players are fighting little minions, and they're not fighting them with guns or violence. They're fighting them with the energy that they have inside. So I want the children to learn that they have this power inside of them. We all have it, even as adults, as we all know, that they can overcome anything with their own power, with this energy. So when they're fighting the minions, the energy comes out of their hearts or their head, or they're teaching them that, and they can't go on to the next level unless they learn a meditation to calm their minds. So it's basically a teaching game that they don't know they're being taught, which is very cool. And they're learning it. So like I said, I'm excited to get it into the schools because of all the things that are going on in there. If we can teach kids to calm their minds, they're not going to go home and get a gun and go back to school and shoot their friends, which we see, on and on and on again. So it's just all like teaching them breathing methods and all the stuff to calm down. So that's and nobody's doing it. I don't understand how nobody's doing it for the kids, but we are. So we're going to save
It's a commitment to the cause.
1,000%.
And you keep going, then people run out of money, and people aren't networking with the right people. And what does it take to keep going one step at a time? But you keep pursuing and you keep pushing and going.
Well, like I said, my daughter's my inspiration. As you know, she suffered mental illness, depression, and then ended up using drugs. So I ended up almost losing her a few times. And so she's turned her life around, and from what she went through, and has a healing center. And like I said, if I can it's saving children's lives, but even families, people, we go through this stuff, dealing with children, even autism. We've now learned meditation helps with autism. So if I can help anybody, because it was pure hell in our house for 10 years. So like I said, I know we will save lives doing this. And like I said, if I can help any family not to, because there's a ripple effect for everybody, if I could help that situation, and wish that on anybody, because like I said, it's just pure hell.
Where's your daughter's healing center?
In Boston, in Saugus, Boston.
So can we do a virtual interview with her?
Absolutely.
That'd
be cool.
Right?
Absolutely. She'll be on. Yep. So.
And it's really important, Dawn, what you said. There's a gentleman that came in to see us about something they have that I think is brilliant. It's a brilliant concept. And it's been around for 3 or 4 years, and they've done nothing with it. They pitch it to certain people, and other people say, well, I can't make $1 gazillion of this, or I got to share it, or I can't work with you, whatever the deal is. And so it's stagnated. It's right there. It's dead. And I was going to run this by you because you're in the field. It's an anti-bullying campaign that he put together. I think it's brilliant. It could be added on to different things.
Sure,
like
I'll speak to anybody.
I think it's just... I think if you have a program like yours, you got to keep feeding it till it grows and goes.
For sure.
Because if you look at what's happening right now, it's really tough.
It is.
How they say, don't learn hate. Well, hate is all around us.
Absolutely.
And it's not only learned, it's in schools, it's with your friends, it's everywhere.
Listen, look what, I try to even talk to my friends, with the what's going on in politics. The parents, I see my friends on Facebook, like fighting with each other. I'm like, what are you doing? The kids are learning this from you. I understand you're passionate about this, but you have to be conscious of what you're doing. And like you said, all this hatred in the world, like if I was doing this in the house with my daughter, the 2-year-old, they hear that. So what do you think they're going to pick up? And what do you think they're going to learn? They're learning that. So we have to change the climate. We have to change the climate.
Well,
and
they put the parent in jail for giving his son a gun for his birthday.
Right.
And he went out and shot up a school.
Right.
And now the parent and the son are going to jail for 20 years.
I saw that.
And they thinking maybe that will stop the violence and what have you. But it's a learned behavior. You know, you don't
it
come
is.
out being
Hatred.
angry and hating things and things. So your game right now, it's needed more than ever.
Well, like I said, thanks to you guys, we're building an army, and I know you're part of the team, which I love both of you for that, because it's a lot. It's exhausting. It's a lot, but we have to do it. I mean, we have to, we're here on Earth to, I feel, do something, and this is very important. And again, it will save lives, and the children, like I said, we need to help them. Like I said, we see the adults can't function in the world with the craziness that's going on. How do we expect our babies to?
Agreed.
We have to do something.
And it's everything we just talked about with Dana, that we're changing our belief systems as adults, and Debbie's getting to them before they have to change the belief systems, right?
That's right. That's what we want.
And work with them at a young age to believe in who they are, to establish those core values, to trust in themselves, to know they can self-regulate, all the things that we just talked about with Dana that we didn't do when we were growing up.
That's exactly right. If we get them now, you just said self-regulate, teach them about their nervous system, all of the above, we won't have to do that as adults and go through that trauma. That's exactly the goal. Exactly the goal.
1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4.
That's right.
4, 4 is 7.
That's right.
And all we look at is the 7. We don't look at everything else.
That's exactly right.
But again, more of you is what we need. I know you're busy, but don't forget us in Florida.
Listen, I'm coming back in a month. Like I said, I told you, you're going to get sick of me. I'll be here all the time.
Yeah,
so
but life
you're my
has
team. You two are part of my
life
team.
has a way of making it busy, because the more in demand you are, the more you have to go and see what these opportunities are. So I said, okay, when she's ready, she'll come back.
Yep. Oh, yeah, no. I'm like a tick. You ain't getting rid of me. I have roots for you. That is not happening.
She's like,
but I am going to Italy in 2 weeks. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
See,
I came to pick up my passport because we're going to Italy, and I've never been to Europe, so I am out of my mind for that.
Amazing.
Can't wait. So all good stuff coming. But yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me.
All right, we can't wait. Guardians of Peace, check it out, buy the game, see what's happening. Yeah, self-regulate for your kids.
Yes.
It's not easy.
And parents, play the game.
Nice job.
And talk to your kids about playing it. Use the game as a learning lesson. When I was coaching sports.
For us, our demographic now is our grandkids.
I understand it, but grandparents do it.
Yeah.
My son says, come over and teach Joey, or the other ones, Oakley and Rowan and the other one. They're all there to learn. But this is a tool that you can learn, because it's like Heather says, I've forgotten how to speak to the youngins. I haven't forgotten. It's that their language is just very bizarre. So this gives you an opportunity to talk to kids. Talk to your kids. Because I know that you think you know your kids. You don't know
I think I have
your
an
kids.
idea. I'll tell you, commercial break.
I know, I hear
It's like smelling the
I hear it.
the algae.
Smell the algae.
Is that what he told you when you were doing?
Yeah.
All right, the
Smell the
plankton.
algae.
Anyway, more to come. We're going to check in with Dawn DeMarco, book host of Faith Stories, on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
Are you ready to stop playing small and step into your highest self? This isn't just a book club. It's a call to action. No fluff, no excuses, just growth. Actually, growth with some super cool people with a shared intention. Join us live at the Ubuntu Room on the Brooklyn Cafe Show Wednesdays at noon and become the greatest version of you. For more information, go to ubuntufishgallery.com. UBU, NTU, fishgallery.com.
Imagine this. A loved one, a son or a daughter, has just suffered from a life-threatening accident. They're transported to a state trauma hospital, and despite being in the care of professional physicians, they tragically pass away due to preventable medical errors. As if this was not tragic enough, then finding out that legal statutes in the state of Florida devalue your loved one's life to zero. This is what we are fighting against. Come join Edward Salazar as he discusses the issues surrounding free kill laws and how to resolve them. Catch The Fight Against Free Kill Laws with Ed Salazar on Monday, 5 p.m. on all social media. Learn who we are and join our cause today.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
Let's talk about your health insurance. There are a lot of reasons why people need affordable health insurance. But here's the bottom line. You know you need affordable health insurance. For you, a spouse, a family member, whatever. I'm going to give you a free hotline to call to find affordable health insurance that can cover all your health insurance needs in case you get sick or have an emergency. Plus, cover vision, dental, and more. And there are no long-term commitments. You can keep your plan as long as it's affordable. And for the price of a cup of coffee. We're not talking about one of those fancy coffees. For the price of a regular cup of coffee a day, you can have quality, affordable health insurance. Call the Health Insurance Hotline for a free quote.
800-368-1827. 800-368-1827. 800-368-1827. That's 800-368-1827.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest get tacked on, and now you're struggling just to make the minimum due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because we've personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by up to 50% and stop the late fees if you qualify. Please call our special debt hotline number right now for a completely free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call now.
Call 866-307-7152.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Only in time travel.
All right, we're back.
All right, it's been a minute, as they say. We haven't had Dawn DeMarco Book, host of Faith Stories, on the midday. See what she's been doing and what's happening on today's show. You have a virtual guest today.
Right. So today I have Karina, excuse me, I want to look down because I don't want to misspeak. Rudeva. I think I said, I don't know if that's her correct saying, how you say her name, but that's okay. I'll find that out when she comes on. And she's a longevity and wellness strategist, transformational coach, and founder of Life Makeover Academy. I met her in January at an event in Palm Beach, and my girlfriend Melissa said, Karina, you need to be on her show. Dawn, you need to have Karina on. I'm like, okay, and that's how it came to be. So she's an amazing woman. She immigrated from Ukraine. She's a refugee, and she started her life all over, and she's a successful entrepreneur. It's all mind, body, spirit, and she's a strong Christian as well.
Where's she based out of?
Palm Beach, I believe.
She's local, okay.
Yeah, I think it's Palm Beach, if I'm not mistaken. It could be West Palm, though.
We're doing virtual.
Yeah, we're doing virtual. She's so busy that she said I can do it virtual, but she couldn't take the time to come down, which is a bummer because she's really a sweetheart, and I look forward to, getting to know her as I interview her for Faith Stories.
It's interesting. This morning I was watching something on the news talking about how This woman wrote a book, How Social Media Has Done Women a Disservice When It Comes to Entrepreneurship and Growth. Because all social media is for women is manifest your dreams, journal it, pray on it, and it will happen. They don't target men for that. Men is work hard, gain your clientele, build trust, keep going with what you know your mission is. So the whole book is on the premise of women work just as hard.
Oh yeah,
so
they
you
do.
may want
Of
to
course they do.
manifest, but you don't sit there, manifest, and pray, and it drops into your lap.
Of course
you
not.
have to do
You
the
have to
work.
take this step. You have to work at it.
So that's what this book is about, saying it's done women a disservice that
Yeah.
we can grow in business, but they make it look, allegedly, like it's easier for us because we just manifest it. And it just happens.
No. Faith is a verb and it's action. And, you know, if the Lord drops something into your spirit, like he dropped Faith Stories, it wasn't going to just happen. You know, I had to come in and talk to you guys and really do my research. And you guys have been such great mentors to me. And I'm so thankful for that because I don't know what I don't know. And so I have to lean in on people who actually know what they're doing. And I'm learning, but I still don't know, you know, I mean, you've been doing this for what, 10 years? And Freddie, you've been doing it for 20. So you have a wealth of information that you can share with anyone who wants to do a show here, you know, and I think it's such a blessing for me. But, you know, I've had to work at it. I've worked on this business plan since August of last year, and I'm finally presenting it to my potential investor on Monday.
Congratulations.
At 2:00.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, but it just didn't, you know, it just dropped down and there it is, you know.
You're
You have to
still
work.
working at it, right? There's a passion, like what Deb was saying. It's you have this passion for this book, Anti-Bullying to Save the Kids.
Yeah.
But financially, you know what this is costing you to bring forward. The money is not just coming from, oh, dear God, please send me a boatload of money. You're working hard, and you with your publishing company. So if in fact that is really the take on social media for women.
That's somebody's opinion. Stop.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I don't use the word manifestation. Because it becomes a crux. So let me explain women with the word manifestation. Really? My mom would turn over her grave. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? I mean, what planet are you from? But I mean, can you feel what I'm saying? Forget about that word and forget about other people's opinion. That's her opinion. That sells books. And it's going to sell it because either you're going to be angry or you're going to agree. But it helps nobody.
Of course.
So forget about that. Let's move on to the next thing.
I'm just saying how hard all of these women have worked to grow their platforms.
That pencil always wrote. I said to her, let's go do a show. I said to her, that pencil was always working. She wanted to sharpen it, get that eraser in place, wanted it perfect. I don't work that way.
I don't do perfect, though. I mess up every week. Oh, come on.
You don't mess up.
Life is messy.
You don't mess up. If anybody saw before she went on the air what she does, the cameras, the crew knows. The crew now knows. They come out, backdrop, lights, got to be perfect. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Right. There's nothing wrong with that. If I knew all of that before I asked you 8 years ago that I had to sharpen that pencil, I would have done it. But I didn't know any better. I just said, let's go. Let's do this. We'll sharpen the pencil as we go along. Mm. It's really simple. Simple. Math is simple. 1 and 1 is 2.
Here we go.
2 and 2 is 4. And 4 and 4 is 7. So remember the other and don't highlight the mistakes.
All right, so tune in today to Faith Stories, the Dawn DeMarco book. Check it out. You definitely want to like, follow, and share, as Tammy always says. I love how the shows always overlap because we do have such great content here.
Well, there's so many things
and there's so much diversity.
Well, I forgot to tell you, the radio station actually has 2 or 3 new stations as well. They asked if we wanted to put the Brooklyn Cafe at the midday show on 3 new stations. I got to talk to you. We'll see what happens.
All right, more to come. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. Lots more content. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.